to Texas, everybody. I'm here not for the greatest of reasons, but while I'm here, I'm gonna shoot a video. Why did I come back? Well, my hometown of Boerne had some extreme flooding a couple weeks ago, so I flew back from New Hampshire to check on the property, check on the house, and check on the shop. Everything is great, so good news. While I'm here and I have a little extra time, might as well film a video for you. What are we gonna do? Well, we got a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, the countertop is full of parts, and that's for my Huffy Sigma, which some of you think is junk. It's not junk. Is it a quality bike? Absolutely not. But it has nostalgic, I don't know, it's got a very special place in my heart because I had one. You might have had one. You might have known someone that had one. And I'm not claiming it's a great bike, a race bike, or anything like that. It's purely just for those nostalgic purposes. Also, my PK Ripper sitting over here. I've got some parts for that and a reveal and go over of my 26-inch Robinson build. And one last thing, I've got some parts for my GT Collab, the clear freestyle bike that I did. So hang tight, let's get started. Okay, first things first, my 83 PK Ripper. This is my pride and joy. No, I will not sell it. This is the childhood bike. I love this bike. It's almost perfect. I do want to change out some stuff, and I've had some ideas. I've gone back and forth over the years. I found some NOS Maxi Crosses, which is what I ran on my bike in the 80s. But I've been struggling with some stuff. I've got a stem here, an MX2 that I just don't love, and a seat post clamp that I just don't love. So I found myself some Tough Neck stem and seat post clamp. Now, if you've built bikes, you know how hard it is to match golds because they come in so many different shades, just like blues and a couple other things. But if you take a look at this gold and put it up next to that gold, you can see how different that is. And I don't think the Tough Neck gold really matches anything. So I bought this Tough Neck stem, and I don't think it's a good match. I don't think it's gonna be a good fit. So once again, I end up with extra parts. Brand new. Tough Neck seat clamp, pretty awesome. Would look really good on this bike, but I just don't think it's the right one. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. I have no idea. Also found these at a bike show in New Hampshire, and I might try to slip it on that PK Ripper, but I have another one in black with these grips. And check out these bare feet tires. These are brand new Odysseys and 20 by 1.75, and these come from C's Bike Shop, and I'm gonna put that link down below. These are from the original molds. These are brand new bare feet tires, and you can get a pair for, I believe, $139 shipped, and they're awesome. These are basically Folkleys. They're fake Oakleys. They look just like them, looks like the same mold, looks like the same everything, but they are not Oakleys. I have actual Oakley grips. And you know what? Let me pull those out. All right, here's the actual Oakley grips. And you can see they're identical. They really are. Even the genuine written right there looks just like the genuine written right there. It looks like they probably came from the same mold. The only difference is it doesn't say Oakley on the top. So they're as close as you're gonna get, but you're gonna pay $300 for these, and you can get these for $50 at Frank's Bike Shop. So there you go. I'm gonna put these black ones, and I'm gonna put that bearing cup and these tires onto the GT. This is my GT RAD BMX Collab bike that I did in clear. And there's a lot of parts on here I think I want to swap out. So we're going to do the tires. I'm gonna take the pads off because they just don't sit right with me. I'm gonna put those black Oakley style grips on there. Now, it's got an original GT seat post clamp, but I think I like the chrome one that I have. I'm gonna take off the frame standers, and I am on the look for some chrome or very nice, clean silver GT pedals to finish that off. I'll show you the seat clamp. I think I'm gonna put this back on it just because I want the chrome or polished look. Also, I've got some dice here. I've got them in black and I've got them in clear. And these are from Mr. Dice Guy, West Gable, Mr.Dice_Guy. If you want to go to his Instagram page and pick up some custom dice or have him make you some for your ride. All right, my Huffy Sigma. Love it or hate it, I don't care. I want it because when my red line got ripped off from the arcade, this is what I ended up with. Did I hate it? Yes. But now I love it because it brings back all that nostalgia. The loud noises that the discs make. Some of you say, oh, don't let the wind catch him when you jump. Who the hell jumped this high enough to make the wind make a difference? I could barely get this thing foot in the air. It's in great condition. It's not perfect, but it's going to be, and I'm going to tell you why. Take a look at these grips. They're absolutely trashed. The bars, everything is scraped up. But this bike is 100% complete. I have the parts for it right over here. And you're gonna see that I'm replacing a lot of these parts. These brakes are from the bike and they're actual die comp. They're not some knockoff. And then my good friend Phil, BMX Phil 71, had these NOS SR pedals, 1/2 inch in white, that I'm gonna put on that Sigma. And then I found brand new grips from the 80s, Flans, Cobra grips, to replace the ones that are on it. I have the reflectors, I have all of the parts. I'm gonna put new brake cables on it. I'm gonna put new brake pads on it because I don't like the black ones. I'm gonna put on some die comp white ones, new white levers, and that bike is going to look like a brand new bike right out of the department store. So when I get back in December, I'm gonna completely disassemble that bike and take it off to powder coat. The reason I've had a couple of these and sold them is because I wanted to restore them. I wanted to powder coat them, but nobody made this decal set. Well, now I have decals. So brand new decals, brand new powder, brand new pedals, brand new grips, and I'm gonna put on brand new brake cables and clean everything up. I'm gonna have more money in the Sigma than, a 1/10 of what it sold for new, but it's going to stay in my collection, whether you like it or not. That is pure 80s nostalgic department store bike that a lot of kids ended up getting that couldn't afford a GT or a PK Ripper. Okay, some of the parts that had to come off, the brake cables, just because they're old and crusty, I want new ones. I took the seat off and already replaced it with one I had that was basically brand new. The seat post is absolutely trash, so I put a newer one on it. These are the original brake levers, but I'm buying new ones. I already have one that I had sitting in a box, but I'm just gonna put new ones on there instead of trying to disassemble these, powder coat them, put them back together. They're the same lever. I don't care about being 100% correct, and you should know that by now. Radical Rick, and speaking of being radical, check out my Johnny True Torch 26-inch Robinson build. I haven't shown this bike much other than a couple pictures on Instagram, and I built this as my rider. So this bike I bought when I was at Johnny True Torches doing the interview for the GT documentary. I got the pads from Flite, and then Johnny True Torch, I bought the bars. These are 10-inch Pro bars. I bought the 26-inch chrome frame and fork, and he threw in the chrome seat post. I got some parts from Al's BMX, like the seat, the grips, and the brake lever, and I believe the brake cable. Everything else I sourced, like the stem, the Tongi headset, These are the brand new wheels from BMX Guru. These are chrome plated, beautiful 26-inch wheels, chrome plated, high flange, sealed bearing hub, and they look really good on this. And some people are freaking out like, oh my God, those are mountain bike tires. Oh my God, they're not gum wall or whatever. I wanted all black tires with Comp 3 knobbies, so that's what I went with. Because it matches better. The all black tires, black grips, black seat, go really well on this build. I always wanted that R Gusset Robinson, and this is how I chose to build mine, with alternating blue and red colors. So we'll come down, we got a blue chainring, a red, like a Mongoose Pro Class disc, Redline Flite cranks, and the MKS red pedals. And then on the back, I did a Dicomp MX side pull brake with the blue finned brake pads. And I went with a really awesome freewheel on this bike. It's really loud, beautiful. I did a chain tensioner and I did the bolts on the end of the axles. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you put a washer between the chain tensioner and the frame. If I can get it, you can see how that perfectly lines up. So that chain tensioner rests right in the center of that dropout. There's nothing saying you have to do that, put the chain tensioner against the dropout. I'm all about spacing, and if you look, that is perfect and have zero issues with it. So do what you want, don't do what people tell you to do. Sometimes it works better, and you just gotta try to do something that's different. So this bike, my 26-inch Robinson Johnny True Torch Rider, came out so good. Okay, I think you're caught up. Now we need to do some work. As I showed you on the PK Ripper, unfortunately that stem and seat post clamp aren't gonna work. So I'm probably just gonna put it in the glass cabinet and leave the PK Ripper alone. We are probably gonna do some work on the Sigma in this video, but we're definitely gonna do some work on that GT. We're gonna put those bare feet tires on it, the Oakley style grips, the bearing cup, and more. So we're gonna dig into that and do the GT right now. All right, first thing we're gonna do is take pads off. I don't think I wanna run these pads on this bike. A lot of people say you don't run pads on a freestyle bike, but I've definitely seen it, and it's a cool accessory. Also, it covers up the signature right there that Craig Turner put on. Now we're gonna take off these Amy grips. These aren't expensive. I'm just gonna cut them off and get rid of them, throw them out. Simple little cut. And we're taking these off because we're gonna put on those Oakley style grips, which I think will look a lot better on there. All right, those are gone. This is an authentic 80s style GT seat post clamp. It's in great condition. I just don't want to run a black one on here. If I had a silver polished one, I would do that. Put the seat post back in. And then we'll get it snug, then tighten it down. And there we go. Okay, as you can see, the grips are off on both sides, and we swapped out the seat post clamp with a polished one. Now I need to take off these frame standers and Panaracer tires. So instead of putting the new grips on now and flipping this bike upside down, I'm gonna leave them off. We'll flip the bike, take these wheels off, and swap out the tires for the bare feet. And then lastly, we'll do the grips. Okay, now we're going to take the pedal off so we could add on that dust cover. And I think that's going to add a really nice touch to it. Now remember, if you're watching this, I'm looking for some nice chrome or polished silver pedals. I just don't love these black GT pedals on this bike. So looking for some nice silver ones. If you know anyone that's got any, let me know. All right, these things are kind of, well, historically, a pain to put on. So we'll see what this one's like. Usually it takes some stretching, maybe warming them up a little bit. But maybe, oh boy, maybe I'm gonna get lucky here. Oh, wow. Well, that was way easier than the ODI mushroom bearing caps and the experience I had putting those on. Yeah, that looks rad, right? Look at that. That's nice. It just also, it protects your bearings, gives it a cool look. Where'd my pedal go? And then real easy little touch there. Nice little custom. I'm upside down. Which way am I going here? Forward. And it's just a simple, inexpensive thing that you could do to your bike to give it a little bit of a custom look. And it's functional. You can go ahead and protect the bearings with it as well. And pedal wrench. All right, just like that. A little bit of Aquanet, and I use that to stick the grips on. I've been doing that for 40 plus years, and it works great. I know there's a bunch of products out there that also work great, but I've done this for a long time, and I love this. I'm going to put the word genuine on top, so we'll get the grip on here, hopefully. Boy, that's really tight. And find my word. Centered. Get everything straight on it. Because once it dries, it dries. These grips to look a little shorter than my Amy's were. No, they're not all the way on. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Straighten out the little Flite donut, the GT donuts there. And there's a grip. Check that out. Not bad. Let's do the other side.
Pow.
Okay, tires came in for the Sigma. I think I have everything, decals, pedals, grips, and I think the next stop is going to be the powder coater. So I will take this apart, bring it off to powder coat, clean up the discs, and we're gonna save that build for next time. The PK Ripper, I wasn't able to do anything with because the tough neck parts I think were just the wrong shade of gold. But while I was on the phone with a buddy of mine, I did a few changes to this. I put the handlebar crossbar decal on there, got rid of the circle decal and replaced it with another one on the bars. And I think that's gonna be it for the clear bike. And I love the way it came out. Again, I'm gonna link down where you can get these Odyssey bare feet tires because they're absolutely sick. I am in love with this bike all over again. I did have it for sale, then I took it off, then I thought about selling it again, and now I'm gonna keep it because I love it. Lastly, we got the new crossbar pads. We have a Flite anodized red and chrome checker and blue and chrome checker pad set, just to go with the alternating colors on my 26-inch Robinson. So right now in the shop, only 4 bikes. And we're gonna talk about in another video why that is. Okay, wow, what a crazy trip back to Texas. It was a whirlwind and I was really busy. So I was really happy that I was able to get out a video for you. I know the upload schedule has been few and far between, but I just got a lot going on with the house in New Hampshire, the house in Texas. I know you don't care about any of that stuff. You just want videos. Well, I'm only gonna make them when I have time to make them, and I had time to make you one. I'm gonna try to film another one tonight to upload later after this one. You kind of know the state of the collection right now and where things are at, and an upcoming video where we actually take apart, get powder coat, re-decal, and reassemble the Sigma back to 100% looking brand new. And it's crazy that it's on a Huffy Sigma, but like I said before, that's my nostalgic bike. I don't care what it costs to get it back because it means something to me. All right, I'm really happy with the way things are turned out. I really appreciate you showing up, watching the video, and I ask you to please hit that little thumb up. That's all I'm asking you to do. Hit that thumb up on the way out, and as always, stay rad.